Alright, guys, so the topic today is how do you stay motivated? Now, this question comes from like friends who probably like have a lot of things to juggle and a lot of things in their plate, and I totally get that, okay? Because nobody gets up like, oh, let's go kind of thing. It's actually that you have to get into the zone, you have to prime yourself in order to have that motivation, because motivation and the willpower that you need to like drive anything that you want to achieve in your life is not automatic. It does not come automatically every day. Positivity does not come automatically every day. You have to consciously program your mind and yourself in order to be motivated to move on your dreams. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but believe me, after you go through these four things with me, four things you need to have motivation in your daily life, you will find it so much easier, because I learned from three masters about this. I love them. I mean, their technique really works and has helped me like so much over the years. First guy is from Brendon Burchard, Tony Robbins, and James Clear. You will love these steps. It's only four steps four things basically that you need to have in order to have sustainable motivation to reach whatever goal that you aim to do, to reach your dreams. Okay. All right. Okay. The first one is ambition. Okay, I know that some people are like warning bells and like, oh my god, that's such a dirty word. How can you say that? No, you have to rewire your brain and think. Because the thing is, for me, what ambition means is ambition is the desire to change. It could be anything. I mean, it's different things for different people. You could be motivated to, or you could have the desire to change your weight, or to increase your income, or to provide a better home and a better place for your family. There's a lot of things, okay? And then let me just like adjust this a bit. The thing is, what's important is you have to like it has to be clear. It's not just something that is in your head. Because you have to write it down, ideally on like a piece of paper or a journal, because you have to ruminate upon it, you have to visualize it, you have to think about it all the time, and you have to make a plan for it. Okay, this is really important, because the thing is, like, I mean, for me, even I don't wake up like raring to go, because it's, optimism and positivity is not automatic. You have to program it. And how I do that is I hijack my brain. I've talked about this before. I learned this from Brendon Burchard. So what I do every morning to prime my brain for like motivation is I get my journal and I write down three things that I'm grateful for in my life that morning. Could be anything, different for me, different for you. Okay, and the next thing I do is I write down three things that I'm currently working on, and then from like the list of things that I'm working on, I just choose three tasks from all the things I'm working on that I need to accomplish today, on this day, in order to move and progress in my business, in my life, in my goals, in my dreams. It's three things, and that's it. And I do this every single day, because what it does is it activates my RAS. Now, this is like amazing brain technology. It's super scientific. You can Google about it. RAS is the reticular activating system. Constantly reticular activating system. This is a part of your brain that controls every information that comes in. It's like the sieve. It is like the thing that the filter of your brain, because the thing is, every single day we're always bombarded by a lot of information, from people, from things, from messages, from social media. There's a lot of things that are coming in, and if we like, because our brain cells is like a lot, but if we're like constantly bombarded by all this like bits of information, we will get overwhelmed easily. So what our brain does is puts a filter called RAS to focus on things that help us to survive. It's important when I say survive, because our brain is not wired for success. It's wired for survival. So that's why when you want to have like anything change in your life, what you have to do, if you have to hijack it. And the way you hijack it is understanding this key concept, this key principle. That's why you have to write down your goals, what you have to accomplish today, what is your bigger goal, what you are grateful for. What it does is it trains your mind. It's like a training wheel for your mind to think about things that are like good for you, positive to you, moving you along your path and your goals and your ambitions and your dreams, so that it will pull the right people, resources, things to you in order for you to achieve that. Okay, up. So that's number one. Number two is to understand, okay, this is key, to understand that it is not about the destination. It's about the person that you become, that you have to transform to be in order to reach there. It's the journey. Okay, because a lot of people, like, they have like really lofty ambitions, like, and that's okay, that's fine, that's good. Like, I want to like maybe conquer Mount Everest. I want to like achieve 1 million in sales in the next 4 months. Whatever it is for you, that's an end goal. And sometimes it's so big that our brain feels that, can I achieve this? Can I do this? You know what? I don't think I can. Like, there's a lot of things, limiting beliefs and everything coming in. Like, maybe you had a bad call, you wake up on the wrong side of the bed, whatever it is, it will like hinder your process. But if you live instead, not for the end goal, but you live for the process, you're excited for the process that it takes for you to progress in order to achieve your goal, then you're living for something more, because you're living for the day-to-day that you're doing, the effort that you put in. Because this really, really is key. Because a lot of people like, I'm not there yet, never mind, give up. Can't do that. You can't do that. You're discounting your dreams, your future. So that's why it's important for you to understand that you have to have the thirst for the transformation, because understand that wherever you are and wherever you want to be, that gap can only be reached by a certain level of like transformation. And you have to live for that transformation. And there is no shortcut to achieving a breakthrough or a transformation. You just gotta like hit it time and again until you get it and you break through that glass ceiling, and then you achieve that like breakthrough. And then you have been transformed. So you have to put in the work. In order for you to put in the work, you have to have a thirst, a natural like desire to hunger for that transformation. Like you are raring for it. Because seriously, like in any journey that you take, the transformation towards achieving, the transformation process that you go through in order to achieve your goals and dreams is the most beautiful part. That's the part where like your story is the best. Okay, and that's the part that you have to go through every day. All right, so number two is understand that it's not the end journey, but it's a transformation process that leads you towards your goal. So you have to have a thirst for that. Number three is you have to build a system in place. Now, before I got this key point, I wasted a lot of time, because the thing is, I always like had to like prep myself for motivation every single day, and some days it's easy, some days it's really hard. So what I do is I have a system in place. I said that I have a morning routine where I prep and prime my brain, but also I listen to a lot of motivational stuff in the morning, like before I talk to anyone. I just put on Tony Robbins, so whoever that I feel like listening to that morning that will give me like spark, that will inspire me, I do that. So build a system in place, because the whole point of this is to build momentum. And understand that momentum is at the core of any motivation. Because if you can see a little bit of progress, like, oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, you will feel more motivated to continue the path. It's those little steps. But in order to put that like, system in place, it's like a psyche and a whole step-by-step process behind it, of which I wouldn't have enough time to explain it right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you a video I find beautiful in explaining this perfectly. Okay, so I'm going to share it with you in the comments, like, in the link. Okay, I'm going to give you a link. And I think this is like amazing. So I'm going to share it with you. And then also what I need you to understand is that why I stress about systems. Why do you have to have a system in place? Because you don't have to build from scratch, even for motivation. You don't have to like every single day like prep your brain and like talk, because at one point you're like, I don't feel like it. And that's okay. So that's why you have to have like a system in place where you will like, be okay regardless of how like you woke up that day on the wrong or the right side of the bed, because you already have that system. You already installed. The whole purpose of to have a system is to instill habits, okay? Set yourself up to success by installing the right habits, and habits can only be installed like by a set of systems, okay? Because you do not rise to the level of your goals, but you fall to the level of your systems. Okay, this is a direct quote from Atomic Habits, James Clear. I love that book. You guys should really read it. And then number 4, so that's number 3. Number 4 is to have purpose. And this is something that is so close to my heart, because the way I see it is that you could have like all like, you know, ambition in the world, but if you don't have like a clear purpose for it, and you might be surprised, but you know, some people but actually the thing is, the truth is, the biggest purpose that you can have is actually not doing something for yourself but in service of others. And I realized this over the years. I realized that humans, we do more for other people than we actually do for ourselves. We would go the extra mile if we promise somebody that, then we would do for ourselves, you know? For example, it's so easy. That's why buddy system really works in like, you know, achieving anything. Like for example, if I had like a workout buddy, and that day I woke up not feeling at all like I want to work out or do anything, but if I promised somebody that I would be there and they're already there, I would feel extremely bad for not being there, right? Why? I mean, you know, why wouldn't I feel bad for like not showing up myself, but I feel bad for like making other people wait on me? Because as humans, we really live actually like we do more for other people. So if you can find a purpose that does not only serve you and your goals but also is in service of others, you will find the motivation coming on automatically. And this is something that I am blessed to like figure out. Like people ask me like, how can you do this every single day, like put out video after video after video? And I do more than one video per day. I do like as many as it takes, as many cuts, as many like, you know, shots as it takes to like get the message across. I do it. And whenever people ask me questions, I just do a video on it, so that I give them steps. And why, like, you know, do I not have the same time as everyone? Does Tony Robbins not have the same time as anyone? Does anyone that we admire and are influenced by do not have the same 24 hours as we do? They do. But I figured this out. Like I figured that maybe you haven't like, you know, most of you probably like haven't heard my story, but like probably share with you a link on that, because it's a long one. But the point is, when you find that need to serve beyond yourself, the need to serve others in service of others without expecting anything in return, when you find that what you can do to serve others, you will automatically be raring to get up and just serve and just give and just level up and step up in your game, because you have the obligation, I would say. You have the obligation to spread your message across to people, because you know that it will help them. It's not about you anymore. It's not about what you're gonna get. It's about how you can help others in their path. So I hope that that's clear. I hope that, you know, I hope that helps, because yeah, those are the 4 steps. And for me personally, the 4th step, well, the 3rd step is the one that really helps me a lot with motivation, like because systems in place. But the number 4 is what drives it in the long run. So I hope those 4 steps help you, and I will see you in the next video.